Alright. Advance Wars 1 and 2. Hello. So, I played the original Advance Wars a little bit on the GBA. I think it was on the GBA. Could have been on Nintendo DS. I'm fairly certain it was on the GBA. And I didn't get too far into it because I liked the gameplay mechanic of it, but I also felt like it was very it was very, I don't know. I don't know if the story really picked up for me or grasping enough for me to play through the entire thing. So I'm hoping that it does this time, because I do love the this type of gameplay. So this is Neil, very feminine girl, isn't she? Welcome to Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. Thank you for breaking the fourth wall. You must be Nathan. It's an honor to meet you.
My name's Nell.
Hello, Nell.
I'm a CO in the Orange Star Army.
Wearing a lot of purple for that.
Say, is this your first time playing Advance Wars?
You know what? It's been a long time since I have, so I'll go ahead and let her
Splendid.
explain everything.
Let me give you a quick rundown of a few modes.
Versus is for multiplayer battles. In fact, you can play up to 4 players on one Nintendo Switch console. If each participant has their own console and a copy of Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, they can play wirelessly as well. There's also a main gameplay for the campaign. The story of War's World will unfold as you battle against rival commanding officers. Oh, don't spoil it all for me, please. I'll tell you all about the other modes soon. For now, I'd like to start you off with some basic training. Each training mission will walk you through the game rules step by step and offer some strategic advice. Make sure you're paying close attention. So what I remember is that this game works on like you capturing cities giving you resources, and then you build troops from said cities. I believe it's from there. From now on, I'd like you to select campaign from the main menu.
See you there.
See you there. Create your own maps. Okay, that's actually really cool. But yeah, I guess war room. Actually, sorry, Jesus, there's a lot to this, isn't there? Story has yet to be revealed. Ooh. Let's go. I'm wondering how many Advance Wars games there are, and like if there's any that have been left out in this. Yeah, let's head on. In casual or classic. Nintendo games do have a weird desire to make you play very easy games, right? I think I'll play classic. Just difficult to say. I'm gonna go for the experienced version, despite not having any remembrance of how the game works. Field training. At least it's going to still get me through a tutorial. We'll go over the basic troop movement and attack controls in this training program. Sure thing. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be a series because I don't know if I'm going to latch onto the story as quick as other games I do, but it also doesn't seem like it's going to take too many streams to get through it, so
all right,
I'll weigh my options while we go ahead. Alright, let's get started. We'll begin with some basic training missions to help you get comfortable with the basic movements of combat. These two are the orange infantry units. They are both under your command. Blue is the enemy unit, which is ironic, given what most games go for, blue being your allies or friendly. Although that's more Fire Emblem, technically. And maybe a bit of Red Command and Conquer, maybe? Or... oh god, the words are moving me. I hit this marker. This is your cursor. Use the L stick to move around. You can use command troops and get more information. Please select this unit and select it. 10 life, 99 fuel, defense 1-star plane. As you can see, when you select the unit, the area around it becomes highlighted and the area shows you the selected unit's range of movement. If you now order the unit to approach the enemy, please move to persevere and press A. After the unit moves, the command menu will appear. The only thing you can do now is wait. So select wait. And we're really chibifying war, aren't we? See what we did? What happened to your unit? Turn darker. That means that you've used the unit and they can't receive any more orders until you end your turn. Now select infantry, circle here. You can go here and then attack.
Great job.
But less than 50%. So I guess we're doing 5 damage. Oh, no blood.
Nice work.
Managed to do some damage to your enemy. You took some counter fire damage too, but since you initiated the attack, your units fare much better. When you've finished giving your orders to your units, it's time to end your turn. To do this, press A on the enemy empty space on the map, and do this. Continue to enhance your game experience for now. Please press N10 to leave the game. A1. Firing right back. So I remember that getting the first hit is typically the best way to keep your units alive, because they had to attack on a with less units, meaning they did less damage regardless. It's your turn again, but hang on a second. Do you see the numbers on those units indicated by the HP hit points? Yeah, you had all units begin with 10, but they take damage in battle. Their HP will decrease. When a unit reaches 0 HP, they will vanish from the screen. Notice that your unit currently has more HP than the enemy does. That unit attacks first generally has the advantage. That's why you should pick your battles carefully and always try to fire first. Units also lose power, some of their firepower when they get damaged, so take fire on the enemy with this undamaged unit and won't select it. Yeah. Commander, did you know there's an easy way to get attack orders? Let me show you. You can just go quick onto it like this, instead of like stopping and firing. I think I'll still go for the longer route because I don't want them to accidentally move to a place I didn't want them to. Well done. Since you had defeated the enemy unit, notice that you didn't take any damage. I'd call it a win-win. Congratulations, you completed your first field training session. I'm so proud of you.
Are you ready for the next lesson?
Am I? So it's fairly simple until you get to new types of units. Then it starts getting advantage and disadvantage kind of stuff, as well as terrain and cities. Yeah. Okay, let's start learning how to build troops and whatnot. Lesson 2, cities and terrain. Let's go. Day 1. Looks like the enemy has deployed a mech or some mechanized unit. These units are tougher and can deal serious damage to vehicles. I see. A mech. aka a bazooka boy. So yeah, different weapon types, different unit types, they deal different effectiveness to different other units. You planned out and give you a mech of your own to practice with. Infantry may not be able to defeat a mech in direct combat, so you may want to use terrain or defensive as cover. We'll start by teaching you how to capture cities. Select this infantry unit. Natural cities are coloured grey, but you can change them into to your army's colour when you capture them. Capturing cities is vital to your success in the battlefield, so please attempt to capture and control as many cities as you can. To select, please move your unit onto a city. Please select the capture command. Right, I remember that. You have to take down the city's resistance, basically, before you're able to take it. It depends on the amount of health the unit you're using is. So he's now partially captured. It'll take more time to capture completely, or only a foot shoulders, meaning infantry and mech units can capture a city. Each turn, spend 10 units. Each turn, a unit spends capturing a city lowers the city's capture number by the current HP. Please be careful not to use a unit that is in the process of capturing a city, or you will have to restart capturing it all over again. Right, didn't know that, but good to know. It's the same is true if the capturing unit loses all its HP before the city is fully captured. Do your best to protect units that are trying to secure new bases that are vulnerable during that process. Select this unit next. Great, now move it to over here. So yeah, they also have different like move locations. Oh, you're not gonna let me look around at all my units. I want to get as much information as I can before I get into the main game. Nice work. Please select this one. Yes, I mistake. Fire on that unit.
Hey,
Want to hear a tip? You can actually speed things up by pressing ZR. Give it a try when you fire on that enemy. Cool. It's a quick way to speed up the animations. Gonna see them a lot, so that's actually pretty useful. Excellent. Now let's select this infantry unit. Notice anything different? Movement cost is double in mountains, but for terrain offers a defensive advantages that compensate for the extra movement cost. You'll understand better once you fire on the enemy. Go ahead and engage the enemy on a fire. They get better defenses when you fight on different terrain. You made it to flex damage, then your first one you attacked, didn't it? That's because another terrain feature called defense cover. Defense cover is in the mountains is the number shown here. A 4 in that case. Defense cover on the plains is just a 1. The higher the defense cover rating, the less damage the defending unit will take. Does that make sense? Great. I think that's another thing that might have like pushed me off of the game. It's very vague about actual numbers. It's just like 5-star defenses, 1-star defense. That means that you'll take less damage. How much damage the percentage-wise? Not only that, but it does percentages on how much damage you'll do to the enemy too. It's a bit awkward. Now please end your turn by pressing A on any empty space, please. 3 ammo. Huh. So, cities have 3 defense. Woods probably have 2. Yep, the plains have 1. Alright. That's N10. Are they going to gang up on 1 unit? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whew. There too. Mechs really pack a punch, don't they? Luckily, even a neutral city still provides defensive cover. Another thing to keep in mind is that the movement cost differs between unit types. Did you notice the mech could only move 2 spaces? But it wasn't slowed by the mountain terrain? Whenever you need information like this, place a cursor over what you want and press ZR. Easy. But this works for terrain features as well as for unit types. Remember that knowledge is power. Alright, I can look into them like that. Okay. There's free movement, 2 vision, 99 fuel, weapons none, weapon type 2, weapon 2 is machines. Machine guns are effective against other foot soldiers. Icon shows the weapon's power. Machine guns won't do much damage against ground vehicles. Icon shows weapon's power. Infantry will do little to no damage against copter units. Kinda wish it went by colour coordination instead of weird symbols. And this is the bazooka, which has an ammo capacity as well as its own machine guns, but it's good against vehicles. We've got planes. Good for tyres, but everything else is 1. Good for infantry, but everything else only a few things. So that means vehicles can't even go across mountains. Nothing moves too quickly through cities. Tires go even quicker through woods, and threads do too. Huh. Surprise, surprise. Anyway. Capture a city, make them stay put, and capture more. Boom. Great work, the city's yours now. Notice how it changes colour to match your army? That's like this wounded mech. Because this unit took damage in the last round, you'll take a lot longer to capture the city. Keep in mind as you defend your troops. Since your unit was hurt, the lower city capture... Yep. Let's attack the enemy mech unit instead. Alright. Oh, so it can still attack and keep the capture rate, but it will also... Yeah, okay, that's actually pretty useful. Okay, it's good to know that. As long as it just doesn't move off the city space, it will keep the capturing of it. Okay. Why don't you finish this training while I prepare the next lesson? All we have to do is defeat all the enemy troops. Well... Truthfully, I think it would be best to actually take this one out. Yeah. There we go. End turn. So it's allowing me to actually do it myself now, which is actually nice. Alright. It's going to fire at me again. Does a 1 health still do damage? I guess it does. So even having 0 health is still useful to some degree. I'll best get its health down a bit by this one. Yep. And then... select units through that button. I'm just playing with buttons as well, keep in mind. This is all just me getting ready for the actual fights. Anyway, I hope you have a better understanding of terrain defenses as you capture techniques now. Focus on strategies I've taught you so far, use them well, victory will be yours, I'm sure of it. Lesson complete. That's a thing that I've also noticed. Nintendo doesn't have awards or trophies or anything like that. I feel like they really could benefit from that, having that in. Just making the player feel like they're actually achieving a little more. I don't know. They might do actually, and I just haven't found it. Like, they might have an online achievement thing. because I'm not gonna buy Nintendo Online. I hate those subscription-based bullshit things. You're unlocking the ability to use the online privilege, use your Wi-Fi. You have to subscribe to to get Wi-Fi, and then you have to subscribe to use Wi-Fi. I don't know, it's just annoying. This lesson is to teach you everything that you need to do in order to succeed in combat. Repair and transport. Looks like the enemies surprised our forces and damaged these tanks. But don't worry, I'll teach you how to even the odds. First, you need to repair them in order to have any hope of winning here. This unit is badly damaged and out of ammo, so let's patch it up. We first select the tank unit first. God damn, we've already got a ton of new things. Okay, ACPs. These are transport units, I guess. No weapons, and they've got extremely high amounts of movement. Next, we've already had them before. We've got artillery. Moves quite far on treads. Zero fuel. Ugh. So we've got cannon and no other weapons, so it's reliant solely on its ammunition. It indicates that it's powerful. It's power against ships. But it's not good against ships or subs. But it's decent against soldiers and vehicles. The cannon is good against vehicles, but not great against ships or subs. Okay. To repair the unit, just move it down to any city or building that you control, even your HQ. This is the only city in range, so please move it there.
Great job.
Great job. This tank unit will now recover 2 HP for every turn it remains there. These tanks will have a chance to recover if we can't stop the enemy tanks from reaching it.
Oh dear.
And your other tanks aren't in great shape either. Oh dear. Luckily you'll have a way to regain health and block the bridge at the same time. I'll show you how to do it. I'll show you how. First, let's select this tank unit. Okay. Move the tank to this spot in the bridge so that only one unit can reach and attack it at the same time. Since enemy units can't move over opposing units, we can use the tank to block the bridge. Tactical is called building a defensive wall. This tank won't last long in its current state, so select the tank and I'll show you how to join them.
Yeah.
Great, you can move the tank and get near it and select join. On it. Join. I see. That's actually very useful to know. So if the numbers match up to 10, you can join them together, or below 10. What about if they match and they go above 10? Would it just be like to full health and not over? Or can you just not do that? See, the tank is fully repaired. Excellent work. When 2 units join, they combine their HP, of course. Now, there's only 1 unit, but sometimes it's better than 2 damaged ones. I know the 2 units may seem better than 1 strategically, but running around with low HP is very risky for those units. Also, remember the damaged units also deal less damage when attacking, so your repaired singular tank will be able to hold the bridge. And while that happens, your damaged tank can be repaired. One thing, when 2 units join together, it will end their turn, so be sure to anticipate that. At least I understand the strategies of war. I have a few things to teach you. It's great that we have an artillery unit, but there's a problem. Artillery is out of ammo. It's almost out of fuel too. Yikes! That unit can't fire without ammo, and it can't move without fuel. Its current condition, it's practically useless. Luckily, we have some transport available. Let me show you how to use them. Transport units are called Armoured Personal Carriers, or APCs for short. Let's select an APC unit first. Very well. Now let's make an artillery unit useful. We can use other FE. Move the airplane to get more supplies. Okay.
Great job.
Good job. When you supply a unit, it fills its armor and fuel to the maximum levels. This time we can give out supplies to only one unit, but ACP units can provide supplies to any other adjacent units simultaneously. Don't forget, you can supply units by placing them in allied buildings where they can also heal. However, transport units are the best when you're on the move. So APCs aren't movement based on they don't pick people up and move them, I guess. They just help supply. Alright, that's good to know. Now that the artillery unit is ready, let's go ahead and use it. Please select it now. Very well. They can attack on further distances. Artillery are indirect fire units. They can fire from far distance without fear of counter-fire. Artilleries can't move and fire on the same time, but the range on artillery is 2 to 3 spaces. Jesus. You know that we have a target within range, go ahead and fire. Right, so artilleries are kind of like, in a weird way, a ballista in a way. They can fire in a very far away distance. It doesn't have to be like free. Like, okay, the attack range is actually really far out then. Let's do it. Artillery! Fire up! We're killing people. Be careful, the indirect fire units is vital to winning battles. Careful placement of indirect fire units. Try to keep enemy units from engaging them directly, and you will succeed. There are 2 other ways to win. See these buildings? They're the headquarters of each army. We call them HQs in short. If you capture the enemy HQ, you'll instantly win the battle. Be careful though, the same rule applies if the enemy captures your HQ. So be sure to keep it safe. Since the enemies wandered too far from the HQ and left it for an opening. However, your mech won't reach it, be able to time and reach it. Select the mech unit and load it. Okay, you can do that. You can use the APCs to move. So APCs are way more useful than I thought they would be. In a lot of games, these kind of like loading vehicles always sent like a waste of resources to me. But in this game, it seems like they're very useful in multiple ways. Now let's go ready to roll out. Let's select the loaded APC and move it over here. Try moving next to HQ. We can drop. So he gets destroyed, both units will be killed. Right, good to know. Drop the person into there. Directly onto the capital. There you go, now we have to help a unit on your enemy's capital. We can begin to capture the HQ on the next turn. You'll make a unit in place, your tank is set up a defensive wall, your artillery is fully supplied, you're doing great. Just focus on capturing the HQ and protecting that bridge. And 10 will finish it up, should be easy. Should be. Of course, they're going to try and rush and save their HQ. Damn, that was actually a lot of damage. Yeah. First of all, we can just go ahead and take out this. Even if they destroy the tank, they won't be able to stop my capture of their stronghold. So let's resupply that. I think we're just gonna instantly end 10. There's no need to fight. Hey, Mystic Nova. Playing a more of a RTS, well, not really an RTS, more just, it's still a strategy game. I'm not sure what you'd actually call this. Tactics game, maybe? I've always been interested in Advanced Wars to a degree, but yeah, it's always been like kind of on me. I've never really gotten around to playing it completely. I'm feeling alright. I'm getting to actually play some new games on stream for a while because I finished the Ace Attorney's best game, let's say. The Great Ace Attorney. Just might as well just capture this. We're done. Should be done. And that should be the tutorials done.
Congratulations!
Congratulations, your lessons are complete now. You're ready to take on the war's world that was always going to be throwing me off. Can throw at you. And just in time too, I'm getting reports that the enemy forces have invaded Orange Star. One last thing, remember to keep an eye on your stats, but luck plays a small part into every battle. Keep that in mind. I know you'll do us proud, and I'll see you around. Cool. Alright. Well done, you're done with field training. Congratulations. How was it? Do you feel like you've got the hang of everything? Don't worry if you feel like there's still things you don't know. As you take on missions, I'll be around to teach you along the way. Oh, it looks like we're getting started with the story. Thanks to you for breaking the fourth wall. Why is it called the fourth wall? I feel like there's... I don't know. Maybe it's the 4D kind of, like 3D, 2D, 4D. I don't know. Okay, I was told it was my birthday, and I told everyone to stop gifting me stuff and leave me alone. Huh. People told you it's your birthday and they just gave you stuff. Must be nice. My birthday's coming up soon. Skirmishes between two neighbouring countries, Orange Star and Blue Moon, were thought to have been merely stories of the past. That is until the day the Blue Moon attacked without warning. You will guide the commanding officers of the Orange Star in defending their territory and fight to uncover the motive behind the sudden ambush. Our story now begins with Neil, Commander-in-Chief of Orange Star. As she trains a new recruit. So wait, am I like the commanding? I will guide commanding officers, but I'm not a commanding. So I'm a strategist, I guess, maybe? Hard to say, really.
Andy, wake up!
This isn't the time to be lazing about.
I'm up. What's the drill this time?
Oh my god, we really are playing with an Ash Ketchum, huh? Holy crap, dude.
Oh.
No drill, we got a real situation. It's that madman, Olaf. That is... I mean, it's the commander of the Chief of Blue Moon. Our intel indicates that he's ordered an invasion of Orange Star.
I thought they were through being the bad guys.
We assigned the recon team to investigate, and they just sent word that the Blue Moon now holds Coral Fortress. We can't afford to lose that territory.
Right on. I finally get to do something. I'm gonna lead the way and save the day. I can't wait to see some action.
Oh no, you don't. Not yet anyway. You need to listen and learn first. The top priority is rescuing Coral Fortress for Orange Star. Watch closely, okay? Isn't nice to me. I was upset watching people saying happy birthday and everything they've been given on. Huh. So it isn't your birthday, I guess, is what you're saying. And people were just misunderstanding? Yeah. I guess I can understand it. Let's go. Okay, mission 1. This is reminding me a little of an American map. So, Blue Moon is here. We've got Orange Star. In fact, we've also got Green Air. I'm wondering if they're into environmental stuff. Gold Comet. We've got an unclaimed territory, maybe? Okay, we're not going anywhere out of here. This land is very watery, meaning that there's not a lot of land. Or we just haven't explored over the seas, because no one's going to be a Columbus in this world, I guess. Anyway, let's go. Olaf. The seer is Neil. 9 cities. There are also apparently factories, piers and docks, maybe? Lighthouses? Olaf is... Oh wait, no, maybe it's a hangar. Now I'm thinking about it, depending on... Since I'm vague about the unit types, I think that's it. Olaf has occupied the Coral Fortress with a prized unit in tow. Take this opportunity to show Andy the ropes and tanks. Very well. If I'm remembering correctly, I think the characters do have special abilities as well, depending on what seer you've got. Commanding officer. A medium tank? Olaf means business. Even with all our units, we'll need a airtight test strategy to win. Okay, I get it. We need a strategy. A really good strategy. Neil, what's a strategy again?
Do you need me to explain?
Oh my god, we're screwed. Should I take the help? I do actually like how the characters have different, the different forces have different models, I think. I think that's what's going on here. Let's go ahead and hear the strategy then. The strategy is a plan. Oh my, wait, no. I thought they were saying, you want to hear the strategy. They're literally defining what the strategy even is. Time being, we can't just ignore the medium tank. Let's just make sure it does not move into its attack range. Remember, you can always check the unit's attack range. Move over, and the unit holding B. Then make the most of the attack and mech units by using the defensive cover of cities and woods as we battle. Plus an artillery here is superior range to all. Use its superior range to our advantage. Plus the river protects us from all but the enemy infantry. Interesting. So infantry can go through rivers? Is that what it's saying? And we roll in and save the day. Perhaps. But only if it's strategically advantageous. Every battle is different. There are more ways to win than one, you know. Can you explain the terms of victory? I guess. Terms of victory explain how to complete a mission. You can check out intel on the main menu in the main menu yet. Several items, terms, status, unit, guide. There's terms, successfully how to win the mission. You can also review other items when you have time. I'm sure you have a lot of information there. Alright, I think I got it mostly. Anyway, let's go show Blue Moon what we're made of, Neil. Okay. Intel. Terms. To win, we need to capture the enemy HQ or defeat all enemy troops, and I'll show you how it's done. So far, we've got tanks, infantry. So yeah, the different forces have different models. That's actually unique. Its movement is 5. The target no longer fire their primary weapon when they're out of ammo. Does it say the range? Oh wait, no, I have to do that. Oh my goodness, it has 6. Oh, is that its movement as well? So its range of being able to fight is 1. So it needs to be able to, so its movement and 1 range. Okay. 5 movement, Jesus. Its HQ is here, and it's got a very Taj Mahal look to it. Named Olaf, but going for an Indian. I don't know what's going on with this, but okay. Right, we've got our tank, an artillery, 4 infantry, 2 mechs, and an APC. I have a feeling this is going to be mainly about building units, maybe? Because I have a feeling we still have got more tutorial to go with. We've got a seer, both for students, downtime, warm boots, rain clouds. A well-balanced seer with no weak points. They say that she was born under a lucky star. Neil's units may randomly strike with up to 20 plus 20 to firepower. Neil's units may randomly strike with up to plus 60 to firepower. May also gain 10 firepower and defense. Also shows us what they have to make. Huh. With Olaf, the brigade whose tactical prowess has earned him respect. Easily affected by the climate, he's strong in snow and weak in rain. Olaf's units ignore snow movement penalties, but rain affects them in the way snow does other units. Huh. Huh. Okay. I'll learn more about that, I guess, as we continue. Yes, I guess we're actually in the fight then. Okay, so first of all, artillery needs to get here. The river, so infantry can go into it, and so can air and mechs. As you can slowly see there. So I can instantly rush in and attack this tank. The artillery will be out of range, which is good. The infantry will be able to maybe rush in. It's questionable if it can actually. It's got no defense. There it is. On a road. Oh, so the road is actually really useless in the terms of defense. So staying off the road is actually a good idea. Huh. Anyway, let's see this happen. Nice. Actually, it might be a good idea to load in. Can't load anyone else in, which is sad. Push all my units a bit further forward. Then again, capturing these 2 cities down here might be a good idea too. So instead, I'm thinking I'm going to offload this unit here. There we go. I'm not sure if these moves are a good idea yet, because
the Orange Star Army is launching a counterattack.
On my new core fortress. Okay. I see you have failed to notice my new weapon, Neil. You will tremble before the power of mightiest ground forces ever. This will be the quick victory from Blue Moon. Yep, they're already trying to capture. Hello. Okay. So they're already trying to capture some of these things. First of all, attack the artillery straight away. It might be able to fire back because it's in range, but can't tell. No, it can't. Okay. Good to keep that in mind. Should I take on the rest of these? I think I can kill them all, which will be useful. Take out city by city as my units move on. These infantry needs to capture. Can't quite. I think I'll do this. These infantry in here. Should I take out the artillery or the tank? The tank will be able to push forward. The artillery might attack one of my either or. Which one is more high value? Another tank is coming in anywhere, right? So maybe the artillery was best. Okay, I'll get rid of the artillery. Move the mechs. There we go. Resupply. And we will N10. We're going to capture that city. Yep. Damn it. I knew they were going to attack with one of the tanks. So if they can survive, they do. Okay, the other tank comes in, attacks my APC. I think the APC can survive. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Excellent, my CL power's ready. Alright, Andy, this is the real teaching moment, so listen up. The CO's power meter is in the top right corner of the C. Or the top corner of the screen. It's not right, it's left. The meter fills up gradually over the course of battle, and if it fills up completely, it'll start flashing. This means that it's good to go. When the CO power is ready, you can activate it by selecting the power on the map menu. But keep an eye on your enemy's CO power meter as well. They won't hesitate to use their own power against us.
No?
Neil, I'm confused. What does exactly the CO power come from?
Yes.
Well, it comes from inside you, of course. The acceleration of battle kindles a flame of our special abilities. When the fire ignites, one's true talent can be unleashed. Huh? Talent is fire, but how does that? Never mind. Okay, then let's select the power from the map menu and send that Olaf troops packing.
Okay.
Lucky me!
Hell yeah, these animations, they're actually really
Lucky
cool.
star.
Lucky Star. So my unit should get a buff to their attacks this turn, I think.
Now my units are lucky, that means they have a greater chance of dealing high damage in battle. But that's not just my own CO's power, every CO's different, so you should adjust your strategy accordingly. You can read the intel on your CO's power or your opponent's by selecting CO map. Recommend checking there, all knowledge is power.
So the enemy's power is called out, increasing movement cost of all units except his own. Olaf's units gain 10 to damage and defense. So he just messes with my movement. That's actually not too great for him, is it? Doesn't really give him that much of an advantage. That's fire from there, so I'm gonna have to move it over here. 1 damage. The mechs are definitely not useful here because my guns aren't going to do much of anything. So I think I'll move my... Should I move my mech? Because these infantry are going to instantly run up and attack it. I'll keep my mechs here and then move that mech down, I think. You can't attack from a diagonal, so I'll do that. Boom. This one can attack as well. Granted, it's going to not do as much. I think I might need to take it out with a tank and leave these two. Yeah. Nice. Move this one to capture. This one can stay where it is. These resupply. Next turn. Nice. I knew it was going to go for a capture instead. They fight first, so they get advantage. Oh, actually, no. We're in the city, so they didn't actually do much. Nice. They've got mechs coming in. Let's keep that in mind and keep my tank out of range. Do that pretty easily there, I think. First. Move it down here instead. I know it's taking me out of the defense, but there. I still wanted my troops to have a shot. I think that might actually be the best option. And that on that. I think that's a good option. These two can can't attack from this forest, so I'll move it there. They're gonna move ahead and attack anyway, right? So I could join them and keep the city in a high amount of health. I'll do this. Nice. Since it said like it'll do 44, but then it took out all 5. I don't know, it's weird at times. Regardless, take this. Instant death. Boom. In which case, I might actually go ahead and do this. Join. I can't continue to capture at that point, but this is fine. These two can carry on capturing while I move that one over. And we'll end 10. This is definitely not going to be an 8-hour stream because I can see myself slowing down quite a bit. Yep. They attack my bazookas. Get a good amount of damage, but that's that. Nice. Now, let's do the biggest amount of damage to the one that's highest health. Boom. Dead. In order to capture that, I need to actually have all my units ready, able to get there. This guy isn't too close enough in order to get there, so this guy can hop in. The thing is, I definitely remember the cities being like how you get more units. And you don't just use the ones that you started off with. I very much remember that. That's why the cities are important, because they give you resources to build new units. I'm fairly certain on that. These can't capture. I'm sure that these can't either. Right, you need infantry to capture. In which case, I need to get rid of this dude. Boom. And then... might as well just do that. I do think that the tactic would be get a full health troop, which, for example, I've got in here. Drop him on there and then block off the bridge with another one. That's the tactic, I think. It's a shame I can't see the health of the one that's inside. I'm fairly certain it's the one that has a high amount of health. Alright. Then turn. He's gonna use his power? No? Okay. That's attack range is not as far as it would like it to be, would it? So, move it here safely. Move this over here. I'm pretty sure that's safe. Yep. And I can block off the bridge with it. Capture this city. Move this guy over the water just in case something goes wrong and I need to fight off the tank anyway. Join that guy. And continue. Alright, here we go. Drop onto there. Block the bridge. I do only 10 damage if I attacked it, and it would respond, so I'm going to not do that. Captured. Move on. And it will rush. Blast it, you will not let the enemy overrun us, overwhelm us. Overwhelm us. He was Russian, wasn't he? I'm sorry, it's just everything about this guy is confusing me. Destroys my tank. It's fine. Start the capture. Lock him off with the artillery. And we should have won. I'm sure that if I wasn't playing Classic and I got the casual version, it would be like way easier, and you could actually probably fight the tank.
Let the winds of war bring snow.
Oh, he's using his seer.
Blizzard.
Ooh, that's actually really cool. Makes the entire map snowy. So it destroys the entire arsenal. Oh, you've lost, buddy. Capture, and we've done it.
Wahoo!
Oh, God, I really don't like Andy's voice. I'm saying it right now. This guy, he hasn't even gone through puberty yet. puberty. God damn this guy.
Our guys stormed the HQ.
You did well, Nell.
No time for celebration.
If Olaf has access to medium tanks, then our current tactics won't suffice. We'll have to ask Central Command to ship us some new units.
What? She got past my medium tank? That nail! It doesn't look like she has any air units ready to use yet. I'll sure to enjoy our next encounter. Orange Star,
Great
tank
job.
OPS.
S rank, speed, power, and technique.
I'm not going to be getting S ranks the entire time because I am a cautious boy. Oh, I love the dance.
Well done, you successfully cleared your first mission. I'm so proud of you. If you want to celebrate this accomplishment by giving you a special gift, I'd like to present your own ID badge.
There I am. Very sad and worried. It's pretty much me.
This tag will track your accomplishments. Congratulations. Right now, the tag is empty, but as you continue to clear missions, you'll earn medals. Besides clearing missions, there's your accomplishments that contribute to earning medals as well. By the way, the holder of the ID badge, you now authorized to access 2 modes. This is the War Room. You can hone your skills with a series of challenging battles. Second, you can engage to head-on-head combat battles with friends anywhere online. Check out both the War Room and online when you in the main menu when you have a chance. Keep up the good work.
Yes! Next one.
Andy!
We just received word that Olaf has moved to Alara Bay.
I guess he's not giving up so easily.
It appears that it's not only our problem. It's not our only problem. Orange Star has hit a snag in its heavy armor development. Blue Moon, on the other hand, seems to have more than enough tanks.
Yikes. We really defeat Olaf without any tanks of our own?
Pulled some strings and got us some helicopter, anti-air, and missile units sent down to the front lines. Although it doesn't give us much additional firepower, nevertheless, with careful planning, I'm confident that we can drive away the pompous we can force Olaf to withdraw.
It's a tankless job, but somebody's got to do it.
Man, isn't war just wonderful and friendly and cartoonishly happy?
By golly, I love war.
This game has a weird way of presenting war, doesn't it? If this was any more real, those units would be bleeding and the battlefield would just be soaked in dead bodies. But up, we got to cartoonerize it. Blue Moon has strong front. Let's teach Andy how helicopters can lift us to victory. Okay, well. Copter tactics. Okay. Copter tactics. Day 1.
Olaf is one shrewd tactician. As I suspected, he's deployed a number of helicopters and medium tanks to the battlefield. A frontal attack from us would be reckless. Examining all of Olaf's units, I think we only have one viable solution, or option.
Throw everything we got at him.
No, Andy. Strategy.
Yes.
We must capture the enemy's HQ.
You need me to
For that, we
explain?
need to leverage our helicopter unit. You need me to explain how to use them. I have never used them before, so yes.
We've got a lot of different units. Anti-air. I don't know what that is in the middle of the tank and artillery and the mech. They do have a lot of medium tanks at the very back. But yeah, no, their HQ is very much like just off to the side.
The enemy's HQ is right below you. We might be able to possible to march down there. All those enemies make it a risky venue. Sorry. This is where the transport copters come in handy. Here are the APCs. Just like APCs, transport copters can carry infantry and mech units, but also like APCs, they have no weapons and cannot fire. Select an infantry unit, and I can show you how the transport copter works. So yep, you can go ahead and drop them in, and then you can fly them over. You've loaded the troop, now select the transport copter. Okay, we're just gonna be skipping this entire fight, I guess. We drop infantry unit in terrain that can cross, so no dropping them in water. That's important. Descend here and drop the unit. There's only one space to place your troop. Now go ahead and select it. Okay, now let's test the abilities of our battlecopter. Select it when you're ready.
Well, first of all, I want to look up these troops a bit. Movement 6, it's flying, so it can go over water and such. Ship, air, and transport. We've got battlecopters. They're good again. We've got missiles, which is good against vehicles, ships, and subs. The machine guns, as usual, are not good against vehicles and copters. Oh wait, they are good against copters. Huh. They're also good against soldiers, but vehicles not so much. Anti-air, this is what it is. It's good against copters and planes. With Vulcan armor system, but no secondary weapon. It's also good against soldiers, but not good against vehicles. Good to keep that in mind. Meanwhile, we've got medium tanks here. Normal tanks, battlecopters, missiles. These are very good against copters and planes. Keep that in mind then. Battlecopters are an air unit, just like a transport copter. Since air units are always flying, they use 2 units of fuel every day. They don't gain star terrain bonuses. Oh, so they don't have any defense, basically. As for attack power, you should check it out for yourself, as an enemy tank is pretty vulnerable. Your battlecopter, move next to it and press fire. Really? Huh. Nice, so they can do damage, but like they don't drop the number unless you do enough. Okay, I noticed that with the health bar. Powerful, aren't they? Battlecopters are even effective against tanks. Let me tell you a bit more about those new air units. If you land them on allied cities and HQ, you won't be able to recover HP or be supplied with fuel or ammunition. They can resupply at airports, but you haven't seen any yet. If they run low on fuel or ammo, you have to restock them with APC, just like you do with land-based units. I'm glad that you're listening, Andy. Do you want me to tell you about new ground units? Sure. Anti-air. Let's select this one, please. You can attack ground units as well. Of course, they work best against air units. Now let's attack the battlecopter. Yes, super advantaged. Wow. All gone. Boom. See how powerful they are against air units? Pretty impressive if you ask me. They're far more effective against tanks and mechs and infantry. However, tanks can still typically defeat them in head-to-head combat. Last battlecopter is going to be a problem. Luckily, we have a solution. Missiles can fire on enemy air units from a distance. Fire on the last battlecopter. Okay, I guess missiles get a very large range of attack. Missiles are indirect units that can fire on units that are 3 to 5 spaces away. But remember, they can't fire immediately after moving. So it's 3 to 5, meaning that below that they can't fire at, meaning they need the distance. Interesting. So these are really like ballistas. Focus on withdraw units within missile firing range. It's smart to use them in conjunction with anti-air units. We only need to distract Olaf for a few days, so pay attention to the enemy battlecopters and medium tanks. We don't need to capture the enemy HQ quickly. Don't forget we need to capture it quickly. If I know Olaf, he hasn't considered the possibility that it could be captured early on. Yep. Well then. Might as well get rid of that tank before it can fire back. Yeah. Then I think I'll go ahead and load infantry in here. Drop them here. Meh. Meh. Then again, I literally just got told, try to move them within range of the missile barrier batters. Let's move it like this then. All we gotta do is defend while my main unit takes over. I see Neil hasn't deployed any medium
Go
tanks!
forth, my troops!
This time, nothing can stand in the way of their victory. Oh, it's moved into range. Dang, might lose my APC. Oh, Jesus. Alright. It's tough, but I've still got units to hold off with. Meanwhile, go ahead and capture. One more 10 and I'll have it. Move this over. Can't fire. Oh, is it only for air units then? Right, so this thing can only attack air units. So it's practically worthless for anything else. Alright. Boom. Oh, it survived. First of all. Nice. Take out this one, why don't we? It's gonna die anyway. I have to rush everything back a bit. What if that actually attacked from here? Probably take out that mech. I tried, but maybe I should hold off. I think I'm going to still damage it a bit. There we go. Do a tiny bit of damage. In that way, can I kind of supplement it a tiny bit? One more 10. Just going to do the snow thing, isn't it?
Can you withstand? Blizzard!
Yep. Those tanks are gone. These troops are dead. Oh, no, they're not. Okay. Copters are maybe dead. Oh, no, they actually survived. The copters don't get a defense thing, I remember now. So in the city, it doesn't really matter. Oh, well. I've won. Sorry.
That takes care of that.
I can't believe he left his HQ wide open. It's not like this is his first time on the battlefield.
You know, Olaf is missing a key part of strategy. It doesn't matter how strong units are if you don't know how to use them.
What in the... My HQ is seized? Niels, this smells like one of your little schemes.
You know
your
troops couldn't weather this direct assault, so you pulled out all this out of your hat? Ugh, this is not over.
Good job,
Sure
Neil.
are a quick study. Let's try another one.
Super S.
Dancing about, yeah.
Get coins.
Seems like you got a handle of this. Perfect. Perhaps my lessons have been pretty good so far? If there's any rules that you're still unsure about, please visit me while selecting the field training flag on the campaign map, and we can go over it again. As payment of your services, you receive some advanced work coins. You can spend these coins to shop for all sorts of things. Speaking of which, there's someone I'd like to introduce you to.
Hi there! My name's Hachi, and I run the one and only Hachi's Shop!
Okay. It's on the main menu.
Those advanced wars going you just got, well, I deal with them. I've exchanged those. You can buy all sorts of neat stuff. I'll sell you new battle maps, collectibles for your galleries, and more. You can even list new COs to play as for a fee, of course.
Buy something!
Anyhow, I'll be heading back to the shop now. Make sure you stop by.
Okay. So there's a shop. I wonder how many campaigns there are. Or missions, rather.
Olaf will finally be taking us seriously. We nearly pushed him out of Alara entirely, although he's defeated our troops en route to the Lost Fortress.
A lost fortress? Oh no. Now we'll never find him.
I know Olaf's forces are lying in wait for us in the fog of war, but I've managed to secure us some units to root him out.
I see. Wait, no, actually, I can't see anything. What are we doing again? Good derg.
Locating Olaf's troops and pushing them out of Alara. Let's go.
I wonder if this map actually changes to reflect, like, positions taken. Alright, mission 3. Fog's thick on its way to the Lost Fortress. Let's give our troops a vision to see through it. Ooh.
The fog of war.
Uh-oh.
This could be trouble. The surrounding area is completely hidden. Olaf's troops could be anywhere. We wouldn't be able to see them.
War is so
War is-
mysterious.
Yeah, it's serious, mysterious
Do you need me to explain?
seriousness.
I already know how it works, but you can give me any secret information. I'm guessing it's like every unit has a vision number, and depending on where it is, it will expel the fog of war. But the fog of war will come back, I'm guessing, if the unit isn't within vision of it.
When the fog is present, Units can only see a limited distance ahead. Check each unit's vision range to determine how far out they can see. For example, look at this infantry unit. Notice the bright spaces around it, represented by the vision of green lit fog of war. Other lit areas around the HQ are cities and other unit positions. These areas around neutral cities or our enemy positions remain dark. They won't become visible until we get very close to them. See the city? It's dark, so we can't be sure what's there. When approaching a surrounded city, we can't see its allegiance or defenses, so approach with caution. Foot soldiers, that means your infantry and mech units have special abilities. That is, well, select this mech and I'll explain. Move it into position on these mountains.
Right, so if they're on a mountain, it increases their vision.
Vision ranges of infantry and mech units increase in mountains, so it's easier to spot enemies from way up there.
Another thing.
There are other things you notice. This area is still dark. Woods block line of sight, so you can't see an enemy unit unless they're right next to you. Reefs also work the same way. Units remain dark unless you get next to them. Enemies that use the terrain to conceal troops, right? Well, guess what? You can do the same. Using your terrain, you can hide units. It's a perfect strategy.
Recon and rocket units, sure.
I bet there's something hidden in that forest. It's a perfect chance to use your new recon unit. Go select it.
So, rockets, they use rockets, armored, 3 to 5, and they can sack anything. So it's like that missile unit, but so it's an upgraded artillery basically. Alright, it's actually very useful. Recon. It's good against soldiers and nothing else really. But it's also got extremely high movement. Vision, recon have high movement range and it's strong against infantry. Nothing else new besides the big medium tank here. Medium tanks, very high defense and offensive ratings for ground units. Here's something worth remembering. A recon unit has a vision range of 5 spaces. Very impressive, don't you think? That being said, keeping in mind that it's not especially powerful, a recon can handle infantry, but it should be avoiding other types of units. First, send the recon unit off to investigate that forest. Knew it! There was a rocket unit here. This perfect example of the dangers of fog of war. If you tried to move your units into the woods, you would have been bumped right into the enemy. You would have been stuck there, unable to do anything.
Select this unit, please.
This is a perfect chance to test your own rocket. Please select this unit, please. This unit has a range you need. Seize the moment and attack on his little tank. His medium little tank. Very well.
Bang, 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 bang. Boom, boom, boom.
Rockets are basically powered up infantry artillery. They can have the same attack range as missiles up to 3 to 5 spaces. That's a big advantage. Remember, in direct combat, units are unable to fire at close range. And as well as artillery, they can take heavy damage from direct attack, so you have to protect them. One other thing about missiles and rocket units. These units have traveled on tires, so they move more slowly whenever they're not on the road. See, you know this stuff. So let's show Olaf he can't hide from us.
So I probably have to take out that tank with that. I could have probably gone into that. Slowed in. Drop this guy on the mountain. Nice. Start capturing that. Meanwhile, these two. Fire on this. And take out the big tanks, or medium tanks rather. I always say big tanks, but they're big in this situation because they're the biggest ones. You know? There we go. Both units are dead. With the artillery up. Lethal soldier goes up to 10. We've got an infantry over there, I see it now. It's gonna have a cold there. Okay. Actually gonna maybe affect us this time. Right, let's see. Okay, this time I've actually put the troops on the mountain. My rockets are way too far behind now. So I'm gonna move these up a bit. The blizzard's gonna slow us down massively though, that's the problem. Yeah. Take the city out. I won't move that until I have to. There we go. Fire onto that. Probably not great. No, it's good. And it's good. I might take out this infantry with a tank. Can it? Yeah. 50% is still... The percentages still don't make sense to me as much as I'd like. But take out this. Well, I can't take it out. I can definitely do damage to it. So first, let's do this. Boom. Very little damage back. This guy can finish it off. Nice. No, I can't. That's the awkward thing here. I could move it here, resupply, and then jump in. Move that there. Move over here. Alright. Winter's gone. It's gonna go ahead and attack again. Got a good amount of damage, but not enough. Cause me stress. Start capturing this one, why not? Nothing on your capital, is there? Got that guy there while I put the neck in. That or that. Big tank is. I need the infantry to get close enough anyway in order to get onto the HQ. How much space movement? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's not very far, is it? I also do have a lot of opportunities to take this guy on. shoot him off like that. This big tank. And fire on this. Boom. Dead. Artillery can destroy this infantry. Boom, they're dead. This tank. Hold on, let's capture this. Pull this tank back and push this tank forward. And 10.
That's it, we've not let the enemy overwhelm us.
Do they even have any more units left? Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it might be not a good idea to leave my capital alone. Even if it was, yeah, I'll hold off on that. Capture that city. Capture this city. Move this tank back. There you are. Found you. I think I'm gonna do a full bike instead of victory. I mean HQ victory. Oh, there's a missile launcher somewhere. Aha! I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this now. I'm gonna have to take on the missile launcher, so I'll be able to take it out in one turn. I'm pretty sure. I just need to get the capture here. Move this onto the mountain. Alright, I'm ready. Yep. It's gonna attack my soldiers in the city. Huh. That is like slowing me down, I guess. But I kind of just do this, can't I? Yep. And then a finale of the big tank. All gone. I'm not... that's a bit of a pain. Problem with that is that it takes so much longer to capture that point. Rather just put another mech on it. Continue the capture there. Hello. Found it.
What are you doing, imbecile? Doing? Get out there, fight!
I haven't even used my Seer's power. I keep forgetting about it. Oh, I guess they aren't even giving me it anymore. Weird, the music kind of cuts out when I'm in menus. It's taking a bit longer to do this, but I'm pretty sure this will be it then. Oh. And also... Oh.
So they're taking back some of Orange Star territory. I just concede today, but the real battle is yet to come.
Well done, incredible job. We've finally driven out Olaf from the Alar region. That said, we still have a great deal of work to do. It's come a long way in a short time, but I have a feeling that you're ready to handle on your own missions from now on.
It helps that I had a great teacher, and I actually listened to what you said for once.
I'll remain in contact, so reach out anytime you need assistance.
I guess I'm still learning, huh?
We're all still learning, Andy. You're still so young, but your abilities are already top-notch, although sometimes you can exercise more patience.
I think that might be another thing. I have a tendency to really dislike it when a protagonist takes credit while also acting like an imbecile. So, like, I'm doing the work, right? I'm the one who's guiding. I'm the one who's doing all of this tacticianing. And I've been, in a weird way, I've also been, like separated from Andy. I've been, like, directly talked to by the character, right? So that's why it feels awkward when Andy gets praised for acting like an idiot when I'm the one who's doing all the work. That's the thing that kind of can rub me off on games. I suppose this is a very specific situation, but it's annoying to me at least. I think that's basically them saying you can actually play as Andy now.
Show me what you've got.
S rank. Took a little longer because I was faffing about.
Dancing time, but dancing like it's fine.
Alright. We're still not doing the tutorials though, I'm sure.
What? Orange Star forces here so soon? But wait, there's not nothing at night here. Neil wouldn't leave Orange Star Capital on guard. Which means no commanding officer? Excellent. I've lost a few battles lately, but no more. Orange Star Army without Neil is no match for me. It is time to teach this new recruit about the war is all about.
Playing as Andy this time. Olaf has assembled his army in the heart of Orange Star. This time, Andy takes command all by himself. Yeah, all by himself. I'm not here. Don't worry about me. I'm just the person who's doing everything. Mission 4.
It's war!
Is it? I thought it was a game.
Andy!
You read me?
No?
Is that you? Is this a receiver?
Mm-hmm.
What is this thing? Are you inside it?
That's right, Andy. I'll use it to contact you from here on out. This is your first solo mission. I want to make myself available in
case you need any advice.
Don't worry about me. Now, this mission is going to be a piece of cake.
Good luck.
Oh, Andy, you've nothing enthusiastic. Good luck.
Okay. Alright, let's look at what we got here. Big location. 3 cities, anti-air, recon, medium tanks, a missile or rocket shooter. I should keep out of the range of that, so I should take on that tank without entering the city as of yet. This way, however, doesn't seem as terrifying. There's still the artillery, so I can't go into that range yet. Should take out the tanks if I can, but I should at least get the first shot off on them. So this should be fine. It's in the woods, which is annoying, but I should be fine moving stuff up. This is easily dealt with, I think, by another tank, so I should be careful on that. There doesn't seem to be any air units. Let's move the mech cheese up. Infantry can go up this way. I could try and do a little more damage. Should I? I don't think this is a one that they can fire back at, can they? It's hard to really tell. I think I'll do that. Take it down a little more. But it can fire back, but it didn't do a lot. I think I'm gonna go ahead and attack this. Straight out the gate. Boom. Almost completely dead. I'm gonna be careful. Because that missile striker is going to be definitely firing within range. So I'm going to keep anything from getting too far close. I could take out that, but I'm not going to. Too dangerous. This is how it's gonna look for the time being. There we go. Your turn. It's running away. Oh, damn it. It can move through the forest, right. Well, it can't do too much. If it moves up a little more, I can use my artillery. Yep. They're moving their troops. And their artillery as well. Okay. Their artillery is really, like, moved up. Should I rush in and take on this? I think that might actually be the best strategy. Get rid of the rockets before they can do anything too dangerous to me. They do have mechs, but I think my medium tank, can survive. Meanwhile, the artillery just kind of came in to be attacked. Might have to take on this tank. Like that. Use the mechs on this one.
Yeah.
I think I definitely need to get rid of the artillery. Nice. Let's go move up a little. I'm not sure if I'm even going to capture those cities. This side, however, I'm definitely going to go ahead and do this. Boom. Only one remaining. I don't think it can do as much damage to me in response. So I'll take on what I can. It can't attack close range, right? So I think I can actually move this tank up as well. Take on this anti-air. Nice. Sadly, I might have just left this artillery on its own. Whoops. Okay. I'm not actually, it's not going to be able to do a lot on low health. I think that's the thing. I also need to check out my own CLC's mechanics waking up early. Andy is at average, with no specific advantages or disadvantages. Hyper repair. Andy's units restored +2 health and gain 10 firepower and defense. Nothing too special about what he can have. I'm gonna drop the mech here. Jump on into there. Pretty sure that's everything. Let's carry on then. Snow time?
Now I'll show you.
Yep, snow time.
Blizzard.
Ugh. I knew the infantry was going to start taking those cities. Yep. They're moving back. They seem to do that with all of their low health troops. Damn. That's my... Yep, nope. Okay, that's actually... Okay, let's see. Oh crap, he took that out in one fucking swoop. Jesus Christ. Okay, hopefully my power will actually come in then. Soon. Didn't account for that, but I actually thought I wasn't gonna die that quickly either. Nevertheless, I think we'll be fine. This can fire on 3 different targets. I'll rather move this guy back and attack that guy, which I think he can do without losing any health. My knowledge. This guy can move quite far, so I don't know if I want to actually have the tank in defense. I think I'll actually do this then. Tank can attack this dude, I think. Or this. I think that's better. This guy can take on these infantry, instantly get rid of them. And then I can disrupt the capture of this one. While also keeping the artillery safe for attacking the tank next turn. Down here is a little better, since they all ran away like children. I can actually try and take this out. For anything else, I can take on this tank, brush this guy ahead. This can't do anything, but I can take out the missile launcher before anything else happens, I think. Yep, like that. But wasting my big rocket, dude. Well, this is happening anyway. Take out those dudes. Ba-boom. Right? Need to move my artillery up while keeping it safe. This guy is useful against recon units, but it's not going to get very far in the blizzard. Take on this dude. Boom. Dead. Rush head on the road, but that's not a good place to fight. I really want to get rid of this missile launcher before it starts doing crap. Or before it goes into this thing's range. Thing is, I don't think that won't defeat them entirely, so yeah, it might actually just be a better option to do this. Put it in a defense location like this. Take that out. I might very well have to do that. Just painful for me. I'm thinking I need to keep my artillery safe as it moves up. But in order to block it off, these guys from doing anything, I ultimately need... I can't destroy either of these, I don't think. I can block off with infantry, but this thing will attack infantry quite well. These guys can take out tanks quite well. I might just have to start sacrificing tanks for the time being. I think that might be my go-to. I need the infantry, I think. Do I actually? I'm not capturing anything. Okay, my plan is to push this up into this spot. I think it can get there. If it can't, then whatever. I'll just move it slightly back. As such, I might attack this one with this, so it loses even more health. Becomes kind of worthless. Or it's attacking this, which gets it the first attack. In which case I might do that. I think it can't react with bazookas, but it can react with machine gun. At least that's what I think. Oh, this guy can't even go that far. Okay, that's actually... reset my options to this then. Okay. Artillery will move up here. My loader will move down here. Actually, it'll move here. Drop my boy up there. Alright. Enter. Let's see what you do. It goes back to normal.
How dare they? Nobody plow through army like that. Get them back.
Capture those cities. Damn. Ah, damn it. Okay, that didn't do much. Kill. Okay. His. Oh, well, yep, oh, the tank's gone. Oh, my big tank's still there. Medium tank.
Your CO power is full. Remember to use your CO to heal units and give them extra attack boost. And timing is everything.
Most of my units up here need healing. But I think I'll probably use it. Yeah. Let's go.
all revved up.
I just can't let my balls drop.
Hyper repair.
Yeah. Nice. My units are super powered up now. Move this guy up or take him out with our guns. Let them lead defenses. This guy's gonna attack me if I get too deep in. This tank's gonna get the first strike, I think. Which is annoying. Let's deal with this part first, so I can deal with this tank fairly easy. Let's just get rid of this infantry, why don't we? This guy isn't moving, so I'm gonna attack that. Then I'll do that. I think I might move this tank back to heal while I deal everything else. I want this guy to move here to take out the anti-air. I want one of these to be attacked. Probably this guy. I'll get rid of this dude. 1 health. I'd actually probably been better to do the other guy, but eh. Gonna do that. Alright. You know, I probably could have gone through some of these fights first and then used the ability. Then I would have gotten heals, right? Okay, so I'll keep that in mind next time I do things. Take this guy out from the cliffs. And then kill on this guy. Boom. Nice. Let's supply these dudes. And turn. We're healing that tank.
Sun, snow, rain, or other weather, I handle everything.
Yikes. So this guy's still gonna be a problem, but the main big tank here. First of all, let's set everything in position. That tank is gonna not be able to attack my artillery when it's here. Be able to attack this tank when it's here, however. Or let's get it into a position where it actually. Nah, it's not gonna be good either. Right. I don't want it to move here and attack because then my artillery won't be able to fight it. Put the tank here. Health. Boom. This guy, can attack this spot. I think I'll keep that there. Mech can go there, and big tank goes there. think that's how it's gonna be. Next, Artillery moves up. Anti-air can go up like this. I'm probably gonna capture one of these cities with my mech. Not gonna heal like that. End turn. What you gonna do, huh? Thought so. First hit takes it down to 5. But that big tank's going down. That 4. This one, definitely. Health left, it'll probably dash away to heal. Right. Careful. Don't want to make mistakes now, do I?
The fury of Nate
Yes, it's going to use the ice move again.
Blizzard.
It might not be cities then, factories might be what makes units. Now that I think about it, maybe it's that. Damn it, there goes an entire anti-air, but it's not really that dangerous to me, I don't think, anyway. In the meantime, however, this thing is going to have a full shot. Oh, well, maybe... Yeah, I can take out that, but I'm leaving the tank high and dry. This defense... definitely not doing anything with a troop. Damn it, that really was a good use of Blizzard. I got no use on that. I can take out this guy with my recon. Damn, that's actually tough. Good use of Blizzard though, really. Might just need to wait it out, but that tank is just going to go ahead and heal. Still, I can't risk losing that city as well. Now I just need to get it down a bit of health. Should I... It's not going to attack me. This guy, however, is going to set himself up for another blow. So I'm going to push my units forward a bit. Stay 7. Is it gonna move? Oh.
You cannot let enemy overwhelm us.
Yep. Just leaving the tank there to heal, huh? Well, either I go across the road here or move it back up here. It'll take longer south then, so move it up here. Take it out with that or that. Definitely artillery. Nice. It's getting a bit complex of this, This guy can't attack 2 spaces in front of it. This guy can attack there, so keep capturing. Mech can go along the river. This guy can move on. Again, I need to move it close. I need to move it close. Close. Right. Yay. Tanks. Healing, annoyingly. I can't do anything about that without having to push ahead. I can't deal any damage to that missile launcher yet. Everything's too far out of range that I can't do anything to it. Annoyingly. I might actually just have to push both artilleries up, let it attack one of them. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and do that then. Damn the responses here, because it's gonna attack both of them. If this is here, it can attack both of them. Artillery can't actually destroy my big tank that's there. Useful. Move this up and deploy my soldier here. So we can go here. It's there, and the mech is still out of bounds for that, and I'd rather keep it like that. Maybe. Move it ahead. Alright. Choose your attack, because I'll destroy you by the end of the next turn anyway. It's not moving his medium tank either. Taking out one of the artilleries makes sense. Couldn't even take out it completely. Okay. Nice. Medium tank is going to be the main issue, I think. Yeah. And these guys can attack him. Get rid of it. Boom. Right. Take out missile launcher. Yep. Did I capture that, or I'll just get rid of it as fast as possible. Final day.
What else doing? Get out of there, fight.
Oh, yeah, take on the recon one. Certainly not the danger, right? And then do I get my final star here? Nope. Because the stars go up very slowly for him. Nice. That is a win.
Yeah. Again. Who in the world are you?
My name's Andy. I'm a CO in the...
You? Understand it must get desperate to have such an inexperienced CO on the battlefield.
Experienced enough to get the best of you.
Appears that may. It takes a lot to beat me. I bet I remember you, mark my words.
How can I mark your words? I don't even know your name.
My name, I'm known throughout Orange Red Star Army as...
Neil's grandpa.
That's right, Niels. Oh, that, no! This is what I get for being nice to children. No respect. Watch yourself, little boy. They'll execute you in the name of motherland.
So that's Olaf, huh?
Yeah. Took a while, but we got it.
Ooh. It's war. Day 11, win.
Hey there!
Fresh supply of collectibles in the store. Come over to Hetchy's shop when you do business.
Look who's here!
Log in, music and stock. Come over to Hetchy's shop. Please give us money. Nice.
Rat!
Gret, where's that lazy good for nothing?
Easy there. I heard you the first time, oh bearded one.
Bearded one? Why you?
Oops, slip of the tongue. Accept my apologies, Commander. Enough! Let's get ready to move out. Now listen carefully. Orange Star forces have deployed precisely where I anticipated.
Okay.
Well, good. All that time spent spying on them from the inside. I sure hope you know what they're up to.
Their commanding officer is an untested youngster with a smart mouth. Do not let your guard down. Our contingent in area has some indirect combat units for you to use. Now get going, sharpshooter.
Hang on there.
Hang on, you want me to go personally? Like, in person?
Why, you lazy, no good. What do you think a commanding officer does? If not, you don't get moving.
Alright, keep your beard on. I don't much like the idea, but I'm going.
Gone at last. Grit has as an impudent rogue, but he's also the best marksman I've ever seen. That young Orange Star Seal would know what hit him. Perfect.
Interesting. New enemy. Grit. New menace has appeared to show off his range. Deploy troops carefully to combat his tactics. 2 factories, huh? We finally got into the factory part. So it's not cities, it's factories that build units. That's what I was remembering. Fighter. We're the one with the factories this time. Okay.
Andy, can you hear me? Please come in.
Loud and clear. What's up, Neil?
You've been given the authority to use bases to deploy new units onto the field. You need a refresher on how to use bases? Oh dear, well let's go quickly before the battle starts. First, use your cursor over the base to see what list of units can be deployed. Use this control stick to direct the buttons or control pad to scroll through the list. And press A to select the unit you want to deploy. Units you can't afford will appear grayed out. Forget that. Don't forget that. Each day you'll receive funds from all the properties you hold. You'll be able to make that with your own amount. Remember that you can deploy new units and move them on the same turn. Hope you got all that. You can't deploy units and move them on the same turn. Good luck. Okay. Let's instantly start with a capture because I'm making sure that happens. But we got a recon unit here. I do like, I said this before, but I really like that they all have different models. Most of the time, it seems. Oh, that is a new model. Yeah, they got like different models for each faction, I guess. Those units can go over the river. I should keep that in mind. Time being, though, I think I'll hold off this area so that tank can't get over. The artillery right behind
And then this fucking missile launcher again. Ugh. That's what probably like elongates these, the missile launchers. Yeah. Oh hey, thanks Nexus General. To be honest, yeah, I wasn't planning on... I didn't really know what to play today besides Advance Wars came... Like, I've got a bunch of games behind me. And Advance Wars just seemed like something that I wanted to play a while ago. But why not do it now? So I can build units from factories. Anti-airs, that doesn't seem really useful right now. They're gonna probably be coming over the river with infantry eventually, right? Once they finish taking those cities. 8,000. So, what should I be making? Tacticiously. Probably want mech to deal with some of these tanks and take the cities, right? It's gonna take a while before they build take all those cities up there, so I think I'll take a mech. And I've already got an APC, so I think another mech. I know I've got 2 infantry, but they die very quickly. Things that I typically don't even realize that are happening. I'll actually keep it here. Alright, end turn. Alright, this is a new officer. I haven't even looked into what he can do.
This area ain't even Blue Moon's to begin with. Blue Moon is just plain greedy. That's what it is. Fighting for these folks just don't sit well with me. Well, I guess I'll mosey on out here and see what happens.
Play this music. Six. Alright. Let's take this city. I can heal the tank up there.
Andy!
Pick up the receiver now!
Whoa, Nell, I'm here. What's going on?
This receiver... We just learned that Grid is opposing CO. He's an indirect fire expert whose attacks range exceed the standard distance. Worse, his range gets even bigger when he uses his CO power. Make sure to check Grid's attack range throughout the battle to keep a safe distance.
Okay.
Understood. Hey, Nell, how do you know so much about this guy?
You kissing in a tree somewhere?
We used to be close friends. Anyway, that's all I had to tell you. Kneel out.
I guess I guessed right there.
Huh? She hung up in a hurry. Did I say something to offend her?
Okay, good to know that that's what he did. Oh, Jesus. Grit might be one of my main COs then, if I could ever get a hold of him. Grit's indirect combat units gain +1 to attack range, however, indirect combat units will suffer 20% or 20 minus 20 to firepower. God, I need to get the percentages on my brain. His snipe attack, they gain 2 to attack range, 65 firepower, 10 to defense. All his other units gain a small bonus to fire and defense. Jesus, so this guy's all about indirect attacks. He still wouldn't be able to do anything to me from this range anywhere, but his missile launches, god damn it, those are gonna suck. Again, he can't do anything from this range yet, but I should probably hold off until I truly push ahead. Not having any air units really does suck against missile launchers, I guess. Or rockets, rather. Missile ones are way easier to deal with, I think. Truly to deal with the infantry, I might just build more infantry as well. Like, build up a bit of a surplus of gold for building units that take a lot more. So that mountain should be safe for now, especially even with the missile launcher gaining power. This isn't going to be moving, so might as well. Bang! I love the icons, say that much. Well, seriously, how long does it take for my CO to? It takes a long time for the meters to charge. His goes up quicker, I guess. Let's just move them up. That one up normally. This one can go in the ABC. Nothing over here, I guess. Build some more infantry. These guys can go over the river and try and take these cities. The reason why I'm not really too worried about him taking cities is because he doesn't have factories, so he can't build anything new. I'm pretty sure, anyway. Granted, I'm gonna probably lose a bit of favour with the end results on speed. Not all me. Oh, here comes the recon. Yeah, that's not really a great move, but I guess you don't really care. Maybe trying to tempt me into a fight. Oh god, he's got more artillery coming. Kinda gotta be ready for that, aren't I? Rush on ahead, baby. These things are also here. This is gonna be messing with my head a bit. Let's get ready with these guys up here. I think more infantry up there. I think I'm gonna wait until his actual ability gets fired off, because I think we're both gaining meter fairly quickly. Actually, now that I think about it, it's actually going to probably take a while. Playing safe and cautious here might not be a great idea. I'm not moving this turn, I guess. Awkwardly, I should have actually done that last time, because now he's close enough to get a fire in. This can't until so move it here. Start healing that up. I suppose the cities might be good places to drop them in, but yeah, every single one is kind of a bit awkwardly placed. Yeah, defensively, maybe move that along the mountains a bit. I'm gonna drop him off on the mountain instead. This guy comes up. Now, I'm still not truly. I think I'm playing a bit too cautiously.
Yes.
Time to bring in the big guns. Here we go. Yep. Pushing in on that is a bit of an annoyance. Tank can't properly keep itself safe. I'm fairly certain they need a full 3 blocks there, but it doesn't really give me a lot of information on how quickly those go up, right? I'd rather just have a number there. Like, this whole
the whole Advance Wars game kind of just keeps giving me vague estimates instead of actual clear defining numbers, which it clearly has defined numbers.
Should I take the...
Should I? Neither of these can really do much damage to me on that city space. So, dropping a mech unit on the city might be the best bet. It's clear that these things are going to become a problem regardless. I should probably just start moving up with what I have. Alright, load. Time to be a reckless Andy. That thing's too close for me to fire from that direction. That tank's gonna come in, so... Oh god. I kind of want to have it close enough to fire at any of these things, but that blocks off one of its own. Then again, like, it's, my APC's probably gonna die if I leave that. I'll leave both artilleries at full health. Nothing that can attack my tank, but the other one won't be able to. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here is this. Attack with the tanks. Take its health down. Move this up here so it can attack the artillery next turn while staying safe from everything else. The mech can come across. This might have to take a sacrifice to do a little more damage. Yeah, I've got more unit creation abilities, so I shouldn't be worried too much about sacrificing. There we go. Meanwhile, on this side of the water here, there we go. Nice. Start the war on water here. Nice. So rockets is definitely something I want to have. Setting up the enemies' death. It's the most no, it's not the most expensive, but it's close to. Right. But missiles is completely worthless to me right now. Rockets and a tank. Because this side is going to start getting pretty messy, I think. Also, missiles doesn't move very far, I don't think, so let's be careful. Is my APC going to die? Probably. Yeah. I can survive that loss. The missiles are going to shoot. Hey! They actually survived. Tanks. Yep. Alright. What I'm gonna do from there, the mech there, not these guys of course, the mech's probably going to be what takes out the artillery. Yeah, I don't really care that they got rid of that. Does taking out enemy troops actually give you more star map power? I guess, maybe. Regardless, as long as I'm careful, these things won't be able to do too much against me. I'm definitely using it against that. Yeah. Take out the tank. Take out the... Yeah, maybe. It might actually be better to do that. Maybe like that. That's better. Can you take it out? Come on. Come on, boys. Yeah! Okay, good. Bring this back to safety. My missile launchers. My rockets, sorry. Tank. Both of these are going down here because neither of them can do much in the north area. That might actually be the best bet. Get the first attack on them. That's not a great plan, I don't think, in the city attack. Getting them even lower. Boom, onto one. Take out these dudes. Right, this one will be making. This one will make an APC. The supply. Recon, not really doing any. They can't go across rivers, so that's the problem with that. Fairly scenic can't. Yeah. Throw another infantry, just in case. Save a bit more money. Alright.
Sorry to have to do this, but you've left me no choice.
Oh, he's got the power. Alright, let's hope it doesn't do too much.
Snipe attack.
Snap attack. He's gonna get a superpowered attack though, that's the thing. So those tanks are dead. Yep. Artillery's probably dead. Yeah. And then that guy's dead. Yeah. Instant death to everything. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So I've got my own power. Nothing's really damaged enough though for me to do that. The artillery is definitely going down. This power up, how long does that last? Is it just going to be over next turn? I'm going to hope that it goes up, it's finished next turn. So I can do this. Start capturing these cities. Fire on this guy. Yeah. Tank will come up. Hope again that they're not going to be entirely powerful this next time. Artillery. and infantry again. I kind of want to get rid of that guy before he starts healing up. So I'm going to do that. That's gonna probably, that missile thing's probably gonna attack. Damn it. I think I even need to keep that into account. Oh well. This is gonna take a lot longer, I think. Shoot, there goes the plan. It's gonna be a long battle. Oh, it loses. Huh. Oh god, I didn't even realize it gains 2 on top of its own pack. So they gain, he can at most get 3 distance attacks. Added, like, add 3 onto a normal one. Jesus Christ, okay. Right, I see. The join is actually something you should do. Right, I see. Fly. Captured. That's on that. Rocket boys. Should keep this. Yeah. Thing. Yeah. Maybe bait out the giant tank. Yeah. Not really. Maybe. Putting it close enough to do damage, then still have to move into this range or that range. Either way, hopefully it'll go to here. And again, this thing's still here too. I'd preferably take both of them at the same time. Just normal tanks, probably. Maybe save up on a big tank, maybe? Start capturing. Next turn. Alright. Like, if it does enough damage here. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely using the ability. How did it do that much damage? Come on. It's a bit unfair.
I can fix anything.
Yep. Come on. If I'm not using it now, I'm probably never going to be.
Repair.
I might actually be able to take this out in one hit. And that'd be great. Oh, almost. Still. like, it fires from 3 to 5 away, so if it was here, you get both of these, but not that. But that wouldn't be able to fight me either, so it's actually a good spot. That much in that head. Healing there. This dude can attack this guy. Take out that guy while capturing. Has he even started the capture? Yeah, he has. Take out all the infantry over here. Boom. Tank them over. Yeah, the tanks are done. Ah, damn it, I forgot. Oh, okay. Yeah. I might not have been the best move then. Oops. I can take out this missile launcher. Or rocket launcher. I can just do it with my actual infantry. This guy can attack the tanks, but... We'll have it next turn. Probably the turn after that. Might as well get a medium tank and another tank. The missile launcher is going to have to move back if I want it saved, in which case it'll move on to the city to repair. Load into there. Move on to this there, and then block off the bridge with the mech. Then artillery can sit there. Let's see what it does. Hello, Imperial Dra. How's it been? Sorry if I didn't notice your message earlier. When I play logic games like this, I tend to get very into it. Okay. Take these last two cities. Wish I had the repair thing earlier here, but... That's 3 cities mine now. Big tanks are on the way. He's gonna have his snipe ability next, which will give this thing 2 on top, which will hit anything. It went outside of my thing's range. I could rush for his capital, but it'll just attack me anyway. I might just have to wait him out for his ability, which he'll eventually... Will he get it? That didn't go up. Why didn't it go up? Why didn't his star go up? He probably won't have it next turn then. Probably. Big probably. In which case, I might have to just set myself up for next turn. Might just put another set of units to fodder on the mountains, like that. Meanwhile, I'll get ready for the tanks to come across to us. I'll take one of his cities out. He'll probably attack my mechs while I'm in the city. So, right there. Fine, how are you? See more and more. Over. Yeah, it's actually been kind of nice. It's been a while since I had my last followers, but I've gotten quite a few recently. Not quite a few, I'd say a few. But it's still nice, yeah. People just coming in, following me, even if it's just for the fact that I'm playing a game they like. It's still nice. But yeah, is that in range? I'm doing fine for today, thank you. I'm not sure if I'm going to get through the entirety of Advanced Wars on stream, but it's definitely fun to play these logic type games. At one point, one game I really want to play on stream, and maybe even make a review on it on one of my main YouTube channels, is Shining Force, which is a Sega game. Sega Genesis, I think? Shining Force 1 and 2, and possibly 3 if I ever get around to fully playing through that. There's different things to that. Will you consider playing against your fans via Switch? I'm not sure I even have fans, to be honest, but I might do. Oh god, if the music cut out, I thought it was going to do like the beat music. But yeah, if people actually want to play against me, I probably won't be good because I'll spend a lot of time in my own head gauging percentages. And typically I don't even play against a lot of people, but sure, maybe, depending on how much I enjoy the later stages of this. But as I was saying with Shining Force, those games really hit the enjoyment for me. I'd rather play them when I've got an audience to play with. And that might be when I do a review, I might even get a bigger audience, but that would require me playing the game in order to get footage for it. So, a lot of things to take into consideration. They didn't attack my soldiers on the mountains for some reason. Wait, keep those in soldiers in the way, or move them to that city. Move them here. Slow and steady with soldiers wins the race, I guess. Oh, they attacked these guys. Oh, that's actually nice. I can just slowly move them across. They took out my mechs, which is fine, I guess. Attack back. Big tank. I'm not going to be doing much against the big tank yet. Do that. Also, if I play the Shining Force games on stream, it's probably going to be the originals, not the remasters. Because I think the remasters look a bit... they just look weird to me. I prefer the original graphics, even if they're not up to par. They still look nice to me. The big tank's going to do the biggest amount of damage, so even if they're going to go off and heal at the cities, I don't know, take it out now. Will that do enough damage? Oh, I'm going to test it. Come on. Yeah! Got percentages over actual numbers. I'm really going to have to get used to that if I continue this. He's going to have his star power? Yeah. Well, it's only one thing, so I can deal with that.
Don't get me all riled up.
One thing, things nice and slow. This guy's probably the one I'd use often. Then again, I haven't seen a lot of the COs. Ah, my big tank. Of course it would. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Alright. You're just inviting me to run and attack you then. Next. This will be out of range for the next fight, and it might as well do the trade. Next. Might be able to defeat on this turn? No, but there'll be enough of a push ahead. I'll be done by the next turn, I think. It's because it's in the city that I can't get rid of it enough. So I also need to keep in mind that they can't counter-attack because the enemies are too close. I think that's the same with artilleries. Yep. Okay. I'll just skip this turn and then defeat him on the next. Sticks and sticks. Sticks and twigs, I didn't expect this. Fuck. I wonder what score I'll get. 'Cause I felt like I did this pretty well-ish. The enemy's always going to have a bit of an advantage, I feel, in these types of games.
Hey there, Junior.
Nice shooting.
Don't call me Junior.
Go for your puberty then. Puberty. God, why does whenever I speak onto a mic in front of an audience, I always screw up every word?
It's Andy.
That's the spirit.
Well, now that's the spirit. Y'all new to the Orange Star Army, right?
Maybe, but how would you know that?
Well, now, 'cause I'm great. I was beholden to the Orange Star not too long ago myself, so I'm pretty familiar with most of the military types. Well, y'all beat me this time. Who knows? Maybe we'll see each other on the flip side. So long, Junior. You do sound like a 9-year-old
Stop
dude.
calling me Junior.
My technique wasn't considered good enough, but whatever. Maybe you should give me more of an understanding of when his powers start and stop.
Hey there!
Got a fresh supply of collectibles in stock. Just come on down to Hatchie's shop and come do business.
I'm too busy playing. Also, word-to-wise, I'm playing the classic mode, not casual. Because I have a feeling that casual would make it very easy for like people who, like, basically kids that played Switch and not the people who played the GBA version. I'm fairly certain it was GBA, but it was also on DS, I'm pretty sure. So, don't know. But as usual, all the Nintendo games tend to be a lot more tough. That's why I went classical. Well now, what do we have here? Orange Star Forces, if I'm not mistaken, and of course, I never am. I've heard that the Blue Moon Army ruined them, but...
How interesting.
Oh, how interesting. I think I'll entertain them for a while. Wonderful. Am I gonna fight 2 forces? Or just him? Eagle. Mysterious new foe has appeared at the bay. Time to fight or flight, or both. So we've got 3 factories. He's probably got one of his own. The game's being kind enough. But chances are he's also got air on his side. His Seer power's probably going to be about air as well. Seems like air is a pretty useful thing to use. Oh my goodness, these look like Germans. Okay. The nationalities are all over the place from my point of view here. Goodness. Commander, these areas appear to be occupied by unidentified forces, sir.
Well, that's not good.
Didn't Nell say this area was empty? As in no enemies?
Andy!
Andy, come in. Do you copy?
No!
Nell, there are hostile forces here. So it seems, but those aren't Blue Moon troops. I'll see what I can find out. Hold your position. If you need it, we have a base here you can use as a last resort.
We've only got one factory here, so that means there's a neutral factory there, and where's the other factory? Up here. They're probably going to take that factory and start building from there. We've only got 2 air forces, one's a transport. Means this one's going to be very... I can't build other flying troops because I don't have a air force. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Docks for ships and a airport for air forces. Factory for infantry and vehicles. Missiles. Do I slowly tug them in with missiles, or do I just go balls to the walls? This is a medium tank, right? This is just a normal tank? Alright. This is medium. Alright, so do they even have medium tanks then? No, they're just air forces, bombers, and fighters. Okay, these are new for me. Is a missile? Yes. So they don't have rockets with them. Neither do I, but I will soon if I get the funds. This is just deep sea, so it's not like rivers. I could fly things over to fight the tank. Can that? I can't fly over a mech. Well, I can't fly over a vehicle, but I can fly over mechs if I wanted. Though that'll probably die very quickly, if I have to guess. Oh, there's a lot of planning into this, isn't there? They've also got a European castle. Alright. So I'm guessing these are the European type models of fighters. I'm fairly certain that's a German helmet. I think it's World War One. Could be World War Two, and if that's the case, it's going to be a bit awkward. Pretty sure these are American, UK helmets, I think. More modern versions. I think the blue ones were Eastern. Had an Eastern look to them. I couldn't say for sure. Regardless, if you've got no medium tanks, then it shouldn't be too much of a problem for me. In the case, I do need to take the factory here in order to have a very imposing force. If they take this factory, they'll be able to push out their own troops, but as long as I can hold out, and then maybe slide in at the very end and take over the HQ, that might actually work for me. But these bombers, fighters, are probably going to be the main problem that I need to deal with first. What's this CO power anywhere? Lightning drive. Eagle's non-foot soldier units have already carried out orders. Can move again. However, his units have decreased firepower and damage. Oh god, so he gets non-foot soldier units. So wait, that means all tanks as well? Okay, that's also very overpowered. Holy Jesus Christ, why am I stuck with the dude that could barely do anything with hyper repair? Although the second attack doesn't give them as much firepower, but it's still, Jesus. Being able to move everything just out of damage range would be incredibly useful. Well, I might actually fly over one of my mechs in order to try and deal with this tank from the base. If the tank doesn't move out the way, that infantry won't be able to do anything. It's about predicting the AI's movement as well. Alright, enough stalling. I think I might actually do that then. Although, no, never mind, it's too far out. Alright. Regardless, one of my mechs is going to have to load in here and help move alongside the road to the factory over here. The quicker I can get it, the better. Deal with the anti-air, I think, pretty quickly. Oh well, deal them with anti-air. Boom, instantly gone. Nice. I can deal with this tank as well fairly quickly. I can push up, deal with this before I can run away. Nice. These jets and bombers, I have a feeling they're going to just fly in and I'm going to have to deal with them all at once. In which case, drop it off like that. I have a lot of space, do I? Missile launch is definitely going to have to go up. Artillery, definitely. Soldiers. I want to keep the factory open because I think I want to build something before that. Put the mech into the flyer. I might actually just go ahead and do that then. Then again, it might not even fly into... Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Wait there. Wait. And then what can we build? Probably just normal infantry for now. I need to capture those cities and buildings. Oh god. Didn't think. Oh my god, okay. That did not go well. Okay, I guess that factory's not being taken, and it did not take the bait to... Oh my god, I did not see that come... Okay. Okay. This is happening. Right. First of all, one of these has to go down. My tanks can't even deal with them. Oh god. Oh god. No. This is not going well, is it? It's already not going well. Well. Ah. This has already gone to pot. First, my anti-airs both need to be able to come across straight away. Might need to move everything back. Copters are different from planes. However, if they come close enough, I can actually deal with them with a missile launch. Jump back in. Move the tank back. Anti-air forward. think I'm gonna have to just tank these attackers. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and deal with this then. See, he's gone down. Gonna start capturing the factory. God damn it. I didn't move anything else back, did I? Like the... Ah, Jesus. Well, I'm losing that as well. Growing pains. Let's just leave it at that. Growing pains. Meanwhile, get out of my goddamn place. Alright. I might just need to get rid of that thing before it can... Well, it can't even heal, can it? Still, getting rid of it before it can actually do anything else might be a good thing. All of these can actually attack the copter, just not very well. Oh, I could actually do 90 damage to that. I'll instantly kill the copter. Questions. I think I'm getting rid of this regardless. The bomber is definitely going to be a thing. Vehicles and soldiers is what it's going to be used against. So as soon as something comes into range, it'll probably fight it. So I could probably put a soldier on one of these spots. Just kind of have it sneakily snuck in. My missile shooter. I think I'll just do as much damage to that without killing it. That's fine. I want to get rid of this. It'll then fly away because it doesn't want to get attacked. Look, it doesn't want to lose it even though there's nowhere for it to heal. That's how you get star power. By dealing damage? I might need a refresher on what gets you star power. I think I am going to drop it off on the factory. And again, if I can get onto the factory, then I'll capture the city and the factory at the same time. Or at close enough intervals. My artillery up. My tank up as well. Like big old tank. Medium. And recon. Nothing's injured yet, so the use of my CO power would be worthless as of now. There's gonna be no more air troops besides that bomber, the one health thing down there. So right now I should probably stop making recon stuff as of now. Ooh, it's taking that one, huh? Ooh, instant death. Right.
For what you've done to Green Earth, I won't hold back.
Ooh. Star power.
Lightning drive.
God. Right. Attacking again, are we? Alright, go ahead, take another one. My APC? Okay. Not as useful as you'd think. At least not for now. And also it didn't die, thank you. Okay. Say goodbye to your bomber then, I
Oh
guess.
dear.
Andy, I know who you've encountered. Those are Green Earth troops. I heard rumor that they were an independent battalion roaming around. I can't believe you found them. Watch out for air units. They're supposed to be brutal. You're a little late with that intel now.
Oh no.
Oh no, you're already under attack? Well, good luck. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Nell?
Nell? She left me. Guess it's all up to me now.
Alright. Let's see. How much damage do I do to that? Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
But there's not a lot of that can actually deal with it either. Well, it's not like I can attack the out of range dude there. All my other stuff's out of range too. Yeah. Capture. Capture. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna fly away. I doubt it's gonna attack anything else. At least that's what I think. I sadly can't sneak a win now. That's actually really unfortunate for me. I might have to go for a full destruction ending instead of the HQ steal. That's a shame. It's going to take a lot longer now. Oh, he's still going for the fight. Okay. Ooh, and he's building medium tanks, huh? Right. Capture this city and the factory. Gonna get rid of that. Instead of it just flying in the middle of the ocean, being unable to be destroyed. Big tank will fly out, run over and destroy that. Boom. We'll get another APC. I think I'll build a rocket over here and just put it on one of these corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, it would be right out of range. Oh, I could have loaded one of them on. Oh well. Get rid of the bomber. Oh! Right, let's start pushing them a bit even quicker. Oh, my NCR is going to be kind of useless at this point. Right. This might be the last mission of today, depending on how long this takes. I might take one more mission after this. Ooh, God, it's got... This is a very angular group, isn't it? It's not like these missiles are actually going to do anything against me now, so it's not like it's like a priority for me. Damn it. This has actually put me in another awkward spot. I wanted to rush one of my troops up ahead. Regardless, rockets. Nice. I'm not doing this right. I should have moved it there. And then I could jump on next turn. Ugh. I'm all about thinking of the future. Sometimes I just make mistakes. They are mistakes that anyone could make, mind you. I'm gonna wait for them to charge me instead. This missile launcher is not very useful. The journey's end will be the speed of... So this is a big tank, isn't it? A medium tank. I always say big. I kind of wish they did call them big tanks. There you go. There we go, so power.
Time for a tune-up.
Hell yeah.
Hyper repair.
Nice. Eight damage. I can instantly kill that infantry. 57. Artillery. Nah, I'm not gonna move it in range of that. Oh! Why is anti-air even stronger against... Okay. Right, recon might not have been the best choice, now that I think about it. It can help me take out these less usable units. I don't think I'll use that yet. I want it to fire back and do them take out too much. It's only going to do 8%, it's not really worth it. Load in. Push you up. Thankfully, he doesn't seem to be spamming medium tanks. Huh, he attacked my anti-air? Is that an anti-air? Probably. It's got the 2 barrels. Interesting choices, I'll give him that. I want to get rid of the big tank this round. I'm going to drop it off. Next, artillery doing... I could just take out the big tank with artillery. Boom. Nice. I'm kind of bummed out there's no like morale kind of boosting effects. Like take out an enemy troop near one of your own and they get a boost in attack. But it also makes sense that that could just be a bit over the top and confusing, I guess, maybe. Tank. I kind of want to hold off until I can get a medium tank again. I'll hold off for now. 40 damage on that. Damn. $40, $40, $33, $75, $76. That tank's gonna be a big issue. I think that's the best route for it. This thing again is not even remotely worrying. The tank, however, can, and the artillery as well. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of the artillery instead of the tank. The only real choices for the tank right now is abysmal, really. Shame, I could have just, instead of attacking that, I could have taken out the other one. No matter. Next up, spawn something new, I'm sure. With a tank attack. Another big tank. I'm just gonna call them big tanks now. I mean, that tank's going to heal now. Okay. Rethink everything as planned. I want the tanks to go as fast as possible. I'm going to capture that and not give up on it, right? On all of them. Go over here and offload here. Take out the rest of that. I see, it's blocked me from attacking. Wow, that's actually really smart AI. So it blocked me from taking out the tank before it could heal at least a single turn. I'm building another medium tank. And another tank back here as well. My missile launcher is only going to be a blocker, really. Stop enemies from pushing through. But ultimately just being a wall. It's not really useful for anything else. Recon's really not useful. Kind of just in the way, really. Still, I need to get prepared for when that big tank is going to come over. Nice. Next turn. Day 9. Oh, multiple attacks.
Speed is the lifeblood of battle.
Ah, damn it, it's going to attack with a big tank. At least
Lightning drive.
damage though, so that's something. And again, if it destroys my tank there, it shouldn't do. Yeah, okay, good. Oh, god damn it. I got first strike. Ugh. Big tank needs to go back to rockets. Wait there, maybe? Yeah, wait there. Artillery needs to move a bit more too. I'm going to capture both of these cities at the same time, so artillery can move here. Ah, needs more fuel as well. Huh. 1970. These tanks are going to be healing all this time, god damn it. Well... More big tanks are coming. It's awkward because now it's going to take way longer. Anti-air or medium tank. The medium tank is going to destroy something next turn, I'm pretty sure. I could try and damage it enough so it just kind of doesn't do as much next turn. The AI seems to really want to keep its things alive, so instead of... so it kind of just holds them back. Its artillery is going to come in next round, but I'm also going to have rockets and my artillery in position. I think for the time being, I'm going to take out a lot of its health there. I'm going to move this back, supply, and pop that one on. This one is going to move a tiny bit closer to come up if I need to use it. I think I'm going to get rid of this. Oh, goodness. and then block off that movement. I don't think that can... Yeah, that's actually useful then. Nice. Recon actually did something. Alright, that's actually a good turn.
I don't appreciate the position we're in. We need to stay focused. Harumph.
Recon's probably dead. No, okay. Tanks are surviving. Can probably actually hold off on their city so they can't heal anything. My commander power's gone in, which is actually useful. I might actually use that right now.
I can fix anything.
Yeah.
Hyper repair.
Hyper repair. Alright. In which case the rockets aren't moving. I'm doing that regardless. Oh. Artillery's also not moving. Doing that regardless. Dead. Nice. Awkwardly, getting that factory is actually going to be a pain, but I think I'll be able to do it with artillery and rockets. So capture these. Oh, that barely did anything, but I just wanted it to get out of the way so I could actually take care of it. Like so. What am I doing? I almost sent that into death too. City taken. Artillery or rockets? Tank. And 10. Also gonna have the defense, right? That's why it doesn't disappear, because I get the defense buff as well. That's fine. It's another big tank. Ah! I could just rush over and get its HQ. Again, that would just take time though, and it's so long. Probably should do that though, because this is gonna take ages taking out his factory building. I'm gonna do this. Oh, another follower. Hey, Lauren Zach. What's up? I'm doing fine. As I've stated previously before. I might be doing one more mission after this one before I'm finished. Because this one kind of went balls to the walls. Bad. That's what I'm saying. Lost my transports very early on because I'm an idiot. So I have to just really slowly finish this off. Stream's been pretty chill, relaxed. I've had more people in here than I ever have before, but it's been fine. It's the first time I've played a new game for a while. I've mainly been playing between Great Ace Attorney, Chronicles, and Persona 5 Royal. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play this again next Friday, I think? Because tomorrow's gonna be Persona 5 again. New-ish. I tried Twitch once before, a long time ago. Goodness gracious. Didn't go well for me, so I didn't continue it. I tried to do a bit more YouTube. That's a lot more efforts required for that. And I figured I might as well just try and like... Oh my god, what is happening with my screen? What is happening with my screen? I don't know why, but my Streamlabs just kind of started weirding out and like having my game just kind of slide off to the right. So I'm trying to fix it, but it's just kind of being really weird. Thanks for popping in. Oh, Jesus Christ, it is very much slowing down crazy bad. I'll probably have to restart everything, but yeah, for that to happen I have to end stream. Sorry if it's sounding weird or doing something weird, but yeah, I don't know why any of this is happening. I'm probably going to end here then.